It's your boy Hot Soup, and I'm coming to you with our top 5 sits for week 10. Those big name players that are usually a lock, set it and forget it, but not in week 10, man. They are a sit them on the bench and find another option. Yeah. Our number one receiver on our top 5 sit list this week, CeeDee Lamb. He's going versus Philly, ranked 12th right now, giving up points versus the receiver. 7th in passing yards given up right now, 189 yards through the air per game. That's right. Cooper Rush is starting. You have no Dak Prescott. That is a bad combination for CeeDee Lamb this week. They're going to double Lamb. They're going to make sure listen, those defensive coordinators are paid millions of dollars yearly to come up with schemes on how to beat someone. No Dak Prescott means we can press the line. The running game is garbage. We're going to be sacking them. Listen, man, we're going to double CeeDee. They're going to have to win by giving the rock to Ferguson and the other receivers that are no-name guys. That's what I'm talking about, man. Dowdle, they're going to put a lock on Dowdle. They're stacking the box this week. I'm telling y'all now, Dallas' run game is terrible. Stack boxes. Lamb is dealing with an AC joint injury as well. That has to do with reaching up and down, reaching to the side and back. Start CeeDee Lamb, and you're going to see D loss. CeeDee Lamb in week 10, 5 receptions, 67 yards, 9.2 fantasy points in Yahoo standard scoring. That's a half a PPR point. Do not start CeeDee Lamb or you're going to be. Our number 2 player that you have got to get on your bench in week 10 is Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley going against those Chargers, ranked 5th versus the receiver right now. He had a terrible start to his year. Played 4 top 5 defenses, however, and a top 10 defense. So out of his first 8 games, 5 of those defenses he played were top 10, 4 were top 5. And guess what? The LA Chargers are a top 6 defense. His favorable matchups will begin in weeks 11 through 14, and he will be a splash. But in week 10, he's nothing but a stash. Calvin Ridley, get him on your bench in week 10. Calvin Ridley goes off for 7 receptions, 53 yards, 8.8 fantasy points in week 10. Do not even attempt to go against what Hasub say. Our number 3 player that you have got to get on your bench in week 10, Tony Pollard. Now, I know for weeks in and weeks out, Tony Pollard been on my starts list. Get him in the lineups. Get him in your lineups. He is a beast. But again, he's going against the Los Angeles Chargers. Defense ranks 2nd in the league versus the running back. They're not giving up any points. As a matter of fact, the coach just said they want to take down his workload. They are hoping that they can get Tajay Spears back this week in order to take something off of Tony Pollard's back. He's dealing with a foot injury. Too many touches, too much wear and tear. He is not a 3-down back. He has proven that in the past. The LA Chargers have given up 3 rushing touchdowns all year. That's 8 games, 3 touchdowns. That's not even averaging 1 every 2 games. That's less than 1 touchdown given up every 2 games. That in itself will make me bench Tony Pollard this week. Don't think too deep. Study long, you study wrong. Tony Pollard, 15 touches, 67 yards, 8.2 fantasy points in week 10. He will fall outside the top 25 running backs. Trust me. And our number 4 player that you must get on your bench. If you start him, you're going to be sick. Tank Bigsby. Now, I know Tank has been doing very well with his yards per carry. Tank versus Minnesota this week, ranked 4th versus the running back. He's dealing with an ankle injury. The Vikings are only giving up 73 yards per game. Travis Etienne has got an extra week coming off of that hammy injury. He's getting more healthy. Jacksonville is going to be down during this game. They're going to have to pass the ball. Tank Bigsby, 3 receptions on the year. All year long, this man got 3 receptions. He is not any part of the passing game. They'll be playing from behind. Listen, trust me, get Tank Bigsby on your bench. 14 touches, 53 yards, 5.8 fantasy points in week 10. Man, you heard it from the soup. Our number 5 player and last player that you got to get on your bench in week 10 is going to be Baker Mayfield. That's right. Right now, San Francisco ranked 12th versus the quarterback. There's no Godwin, no Evans. The only option is Otten and them running backs out the backfield. Baker Mayfield has been average, if that, without his playmakers. San Francisco even tougher on the run. They're a top 6 defense. Tampa Bay this week is going to be so overwhelmed, and so will Baker Mayfield, just trying to produce yardage. Baker Mayfield ends up 256 yards, 2 TDs, an interception, a fumble. He's going to get you 15.7 points. He will fall outside the top 15 quarterbacks in week 10. Those are our top 5 sits for week 10. Come check us out on our next episode with our top 5 starts. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Like and subscribe. If you got any comments, you want to talk shit, man, get in my inbox. We can do that and circle around at the beginning of the week, and we can talk that talk, and I'm going to walk that walk. It's your boy Soup, and I'm out.